All right, welcome. Today we're going to break down a really powerful playbook for hitting those massive goals you've set for yourself. This comes from the work of speaker Deepak Daya. And look, if you've ever felt like you're right on the edge of something huge, but you just need a clear roadmap, this is for you. It all kicks off with one kind of counterintuitive idea.
This sentence right here, it's the key to literally everything we're about to talk about. It's rule number one, the whole philosophy in a nutshell. The biggest wins, they don't come from shouting your plans from the rooftops. They're born from quiet, relentless work. Just this one idea is going to totally reframe how you look at your biggest dreams.
So if the whole game is supposed to be silent, what are the rules? Well, this playbook breaks it all down into 4 connected steps. So let's start with the first one, which is all about how you operate in the outside world.
Okay, rule number 1 is your outward strategy. Make your biggest moves in total silence. Forget about announcing every plan or big idea you have. The real goal is to move with this quiet intention, staying completely under the radar until the work can speak for itself. The power, it's in the surprise of the finished product. And this is the perfect way to think about it. I mean, look at a building under construction. It's messy, right? It's just noise and dirt and chaos. Nobody pulls over to take a picture of that. But a finished skyscraper, whoa, now that gets your attention. That's awe-inspiring. This playbook says you should treat your goals exactly the same way. Stop showing people the messy blueprints and the half-finished walls. Work in silence, and then unveil the skyscraper.
So that's how we deal with the outside world. Now, for rule 2, we've got to turn inward. This is where we find our fuel. It's all about taking something that most people see as a huge liability, your past, and actually forging it into your greatest weapon.
You see, the core idea here is that those moments of really intense pain, a huge rejection, a devastating breakup, they don't just leave scars. They actually generate this unique, high-octane energy. It's an intensity you just can't manufacture any other way. And this framework says that this raw, explosive energy is the most powerful fuel you will ever have. It's meant to be channeled, not just something you have to endure.
Yeah, this puts it perfectly. It's not some gentle suggestion, it's a command. Turn your pain into power. We're not just talking about getting through your past, we're talking about weaponizing it. Seriously, think about any major comeback story you've ever heard. You'll almost always find this one moment of huge pain that acted as the launch pad. So that setback you're thinking about right now, that's not a scar, that's your rocket fuel.
So now we have our silent strategy, and we have our powerful internal fuel. But all that fuel is completely useless without the engine that makes it all run. And that brings us to rule 3, which is about mastering that engine. The one truly universal resource that every single one of us has: time. The way this is explained is with this great analogy of a leaky pipeline. Just imagine you get a fresh supply of water every single day. Now, if your pipe is just full of holes, how much of that water actually makes it to the destination? Almost none, right? Well, time is exactly the same. We all get 24 hours, but our focus, our energy, it just gets drained by 1,000 tiny leaks, all those little distractions that waste our most precious resource. In this chart, man, it just lays it out so clearly. Elon Musk, Warren Buffett, you, me, we all get the exact same number of seconds every single day. 86,400. No more, no less. The raw material is identical. The only thing that separates world-class achievement from mediocrity is the discipline to plug those leaks and make every single second count. Okay, so we have our silent strategy, we have our internal fuel, and we have a leak-proof plan for our time. But all of this, it's controlled by one thing: the operating system in our head. So rule 4 is all about hacking that system. Because your mind is both the most powerful tool in the universe and, fascinatingly, maybe the most foolish. And this right here highlights the central paradox of our own minds. I mean, it can calculate the physics of a distant star, but it also literally cannot tell the difference between something you vividly imagine and something that's actually happening. It's why nightmare feels so terrifyingly real, even when you're perfectly safe in your bed. And it's this exact flaw that we can actually turn into a superpower. Let's just prove it with a quick experiment. Right now, I want you to think about your absolute favorite food. It can be anything, but really picture it. Imagine the smell, the texture, the taste as you take that very first bite. So, did your mouth just water? Even a little bit? See? Your body just had a real physical reaction to nothing more than a thought. There was no food.
Your foolish mind believed it was real and got your body ready for it. We just proved right here, right now, that your imagination has a direct line to your biology.
So, how do we use this? Well, the playbook gives us a super simple 10-minute daily hack. 5 minutes, right when you wake up, you visualize your day going perfectly. And another 5 minutes, just before you go to sleep, you actually feel the emotions of having already achieved your biggest goal. You're not just hoping for success, you are actively pre-programming your mind to expect it.
All right, so how does this all come together? The 4 rules. Well, the playbook has one final concept. It's like a single thought that acts as the master command for this whole system.
The term is tathastu. It's a Sanskrit word, and it's presented here as a kind of cosmic confirmation. The idea is that the universe, or whatever you believe in, is constantly listening to your most dominant thoughts. And to whatever you focus on, it essentially replies with tathastu, which just means, so be it.
And this is exactly why that 10-minute mind hack is so important. In those moments, right when you wake up, right before you sleep, your subconscious is wide open. So when you vividly think, I am achieving this, the universe responds, so be it. But here's the dangerous part. It works both ways. When you obsess over, I really hope I don't fail, the universe doesn't hear the hope. It just hears fail and says, so be it. What you focus on is what gets confirmed.
So let's wrap it all up with this one question. The playbook itself is pretty simple, right? Rule 1, work in silence. 2, use your pain as fuel. 3, master your time. And 4, program your mind. But it all boils down to this single conscious thought. If you were absolutely certain that the universe was listening, ready to stamp so be it on your very next thought, what would you choose to think?